Alright, so as I was saying, so, you know, the mod's already up on the Nexus, and, you know, as you can see, it's designed to have compatibility with a few other mods. So it's actually going to have some dependencies when I upload the next version of it. Because you can always use the older version. All of the new version does is it adds additional dependencies and additional compatibility and additional functionality, but the old version I'll keep up there anyway. So as you can see here, I've got the night paint here, and it supports Warzone, so Warzone does technically override that paint. I technically would have two paints if I wanted it. I might tinker with that and see if I can find a way of properly merging the two of them together so it's all just one paint section. But you see, Warzone likes to do all this stuff under material, so what I probably have to do is actually change the material keyword to be the Warzone's keyword. Well, maybe in the future, we'll see. Anyway, and of course there's also differences, like here there's some special effects that are done on some of them. So you can see we've got this, which is actually technically a different special effect. So you could really kind of min-max if you wanted to. Then there's the standard upgrades. And of course, I'm using the PAMP, Power Armor, the Power Armor Overhaul mod. And one thing it did is that it actually pulled the photovoltaic mod out of the helmet, so you can have the photovoltaic coating set on top of, you know, like the recon sensors or what else. So the photovoltaic coating is its own thing. I looked at that and I did sort of a similar thing because there is one other item. There's one item that, to me, I feel like you should be able to have access to, and it's kind of not related to the other armors. So I will show you. I'm going to pop into the torso here. You see, I've got the titanium plating. I've got the jetpack, but I've also got core assembly. Because normally these would be underneath the same menu, but the jetpack's the only one with a visual change. So I can see these all being like internal modifications, while the jetpack's an external modification. You know, maybe if some modder in the future were to come up with a way for the Tesla, you know, devices to be visible, the Tesla coils, then I'd move that into the same system. But the idea here is now that I've got the core assembly here, which is, where is it? Increases action point refresh rate. I can do the medic pump. Text hits automatically by the stun pack or the reactive plates or stealth was. All these things I consider to be internal modifications. And I separated them out so I can actually have those and the jetpack separately. So, and of course this also has all the other modifications I did to power armor. So if I pop into my power armor, you'll notice that apparently I've leveled up. Now you'll notice that, where is it? There it is, a pair I was looking for. So you can see here it's got a very high ballistics resistance. You've got a very high, that's poison resistance right there. So you're essentially immune to poison when you're in a full suit of power armor, because it's actually based upon each individual piece. If I were to take off, say, the bracers, you'd notice that my poison resist goes down. So actually each individual piece of your armor will affect your resistance to poison and radiation. So when you're in the full suit, you're pretty much immune to radiation and poison, because you're in a fully contained suit of power armor. You should be used to it. Hell, according to the lore inside of the Museum of Freedom, they use these things on the moon, so you know. Yeah. So we got that going on. I threw in, because the game actually has does actually have a fire damage type and a cryo damage type, so I just threw in some token fire and ice. You know, someone in the future might come up with a more detailed fire system for more diverse damage. I just threw in some token resistances. Alrighty.